How's it? Live show, Wednesday to September 28th. Let's talk about whatever games you want to talk about. I'll tell you what our algorithms say about all of them. Hope you guys are doing well. I just put up the free pick video, so if you wanted to check it out, you can. It is on the White Sox and the Twins. And yeah, when you get a chance, be sure to check it out. It's actually on. It's actually on the. Um, Yeah, it's on the White Sox and the Twins, and I've got a bunch of other free thoughts as well there as well. Hope you guys are doing well. Whatever games that you want to talk about, be sure to put it here, and we will talk about those games. We'll try to get to about 5 games or so. Let me finish posting this video here to make it easy for everybody. Go ahead and start plopping in the videos that you want to discuss, and I will be happy to talk about those games. Almost done posting here. I'm just posting it here on the daily page, and then we will post it there on Twitter as well. But hey, Joe, good to see you. Bills, Ravens. Yeah, I think I discussed this in the last game. I think I leaned on the Bills, but I'll be happy to tell you that lean in just a second. I'm just finishing up here. The free pick video is now available. So that's done, and then I'll post it on Twitter in a second. But yeah, so the Bills Ravens, yeah, I like the Bills there. I just think they're going to bounce back. I mean, obviously you're coming off that tough loss to Miami. Keep in mind that this could change by the time Thursday evening comes around. Our opinions could change just based on line movements and such. But the line opened up at 55, went to 51. Baltimore comes off obviously a nice win in their last game against New England, 37-26. But don't forget, I don't think New England's that good, and Baltimore lost 38-42 to Miami, and they beat the Jets, so 24-9. Is Baltimore really that impressive? And Buffalo comes off a 19-21 game in which their offensive coordinator broke his tablet. Not to mention winning 41-7 over Tennessee and 31-10 over the Rams. So I like Miami here. I'm sorry, I like Buffalo minus the points here. Looking to bounce back. Typically, Buffalo. I mean, they've covered what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They haven't gone back to back non covers in a long time. You have to go back a long way before they've had back to back non covers. And I like Buffalo here as your first lean today. Moving on here. So your first lean here is on Buffalo. Moving on here. What's up, IC? Yep. Hey, Chris, good to see you. O's versus the Red Sox. That's actually our premium selection today, but you can hit me up with another game, Chris, and I'll be happy to talk to you about it. Tyler, Bengals versus Finns. Yeah, I mean, obviously this can change again when our card officially comes out. But we have a 3-0 team versus a 1-2 Bengals team. I like the Bengals to begin with. This could be on our football card this week, but the Bengals are 1-2. They really need to make a statement, and I think they can make a statement here. They're coming off the 17-20 loss to Dallas. Not really entirely their fault because that was the first game without Dak, and if they were a motivated team, they lost to the Rams. I mean, obviously they lost to Pittsburgh 20-23 as a 7.5-point chalk, but the Steelers just came in really well. I think the Bengals came out flat. Miami beat Buffalo and Baltimore and New England. But I think they can have a huge letdown here, and I think the Bengals really need to win this game and by a wide margin. I think the Bengals be a big kumbaya win, and I think they get it here. And I lean on the Bengals right now. I agree. Bills bounce back. I hope it drops to 3. I agree, Joe. Me too. What's up? I see Dodgers and Padres. Sure. Be sure to like this video when you get a chance, by the way, if you enjoy the content. For the Dodgers and Padres, line sits at around 7.5. The public likes the under. The Dodgers coming off a loss yesterday, which is going to motivate them, right? They lost 3-4. They typically don't lose back-to-back games outside of that 20th, 21st game to Arizona. Padres come off a nice 4-3, 13-6, 9-3 wins. Both teams had 6 hits last game and 1 and 2 errors. San Diego had lost back-to-back games to the Dodgers, so they finally won. You have Julio Urias, 2.25, and Joe Musgrove with a 3.12 ERA. Urias went 5-3-1 last game against Arizona. He's won like 5 straight, 6-5-1 against San Francisco. He's beaten the Padres back-to-back games, 7-5-2 and 6-2-1. He had given up a home run his last 5 ball games, but then he didn't give up a home run against Arizona. The Padres have a lot of motivation from getting beat by this guy over and over again. And then you have Joe Musgrove who rolls in. I think Urias can have a letdown. Musgrove rolls in 5-5-1 in his last ball game against the Cardinals, and he lost. He went 5-6-4 against the Dodgers, and he lost last game against them. He's lost to the Dodgers both times. But it's difficult, right? This guy's given up 6 home runs in his last 4 games. It's difficult. I like the over here. I think the ability of the Padres to bounce back and the ability of the Dodgers as well, wanting to bounce back. The Padres aren't bouncing back, but I think the Padres have lost back twice now to Urias, and I think the Padres will have success because of that. And the Dodgers, because they lost yesterday's game, I think they will have success, and therefore I like the over in that game. Hey, I see. Hey, yeah, W, good to see you. Broncos, Raiders, please. Sure. Um, the Broncos, Raiders, 44 and a half, 45 and a half. Public likes the under. I think the Broncos at some point have to bounce back defensively, and they get to face one of the weakest defenses, right? They've scored 16 and 11 points the last 2 games and 16 points the other game against Seattle. And then you have Raiders coming in, losing to Tennessee 22-24, 23-29. And the Raiders are obviously 19-24 as well. They're now obviously 0-3, and they're struggled out of the gates 2-1 for the Broncos and 0-3 for the Raiders. The Raiders won 17-13 last time, and the Raiders have won this game the last 4 times. I know it sounds crazy. The public actually likes Vegas, which is odd because Denver looked so bad in their last game. But I think here you either take the over or you take Denver. And, the Broncos have gone under the last 3 games, but I think this is the easiest defense that the Broncos have faced all year. And therefore, I'm going to go with the over here between Denver and Vegas. And I think finally a game in Denver goes over. And again, this can change by Thursday evening when our actual card comes out. So just keep that in mind. So just bear that in mind. Okay. Moving on here. You have, let me check something here. Moving on here. Dang, I caught a live show. Hey, Ade, good to see you, man. Ade Kunle, Broncos Raiders. We just talked about that. Joe Ryan, Washington, and UCLA. Sure. Washington and UCLA. So this game goes off on Friday evening. Washington minus 2.5 point chalk. 53% on the over. Interesting. What you have here is Washington won 40-22 against Stanford, 39-20 against MSU, 52-6 against Portland State. Both teams are 4-0. UCLA won 24-17 last year. Washington is the one that has the revenge coming in because UCLA won last year. Washington has Arizona State on deck, who just fired their coach. UCLA won 45-17 against Colorado, 32-31 against USA, 45-7 against Alcorn State. If you look at who has beaten who, Washington did beat Stanford. Washington did beat Michigan State. And these are big wins, right? And I understand UCLA beat Colorado and South Alabama and Alcorn State, but the wins at covering 3 straight and beating Michigan State and beating Stanford is pretty impressive. And rather than messing with the total, I like Washington, given the fact they have revenge, given they have the better quality wins. I like Washington. So those are going to be your 5 games today. I'll tell you which one I like the most. I like the Buffalo Bills. I like the Bengals. I like the Padres and Dodgers over today. I like Denver and Vegas over as well. And I like the Washington Huskies in football on Friday. The one I like the most is probably the Bengals, probably. But yeah, so there you go. There's your 9-minute video as well. Thanks for everything I see. Anytime, wine time. We'll try to get to some of these other. The White Sox Twins is actually, Joey, it's actually our free play, and it's on the over in the White Sox Twins. Catch our free play video that I just put up, and it's on the over there. Yankees Jays. Yankees Jays was actually, the lean was on the under, and that was on our daily video. Tom, be sure to just check that out there. And I think that's about, and Drew, Orioles Red Sox is our 4-unit baseball play, so I can't give you that, but I can talk to you about any other games. But yeah, New York, Toronto, again, the lean was on the under. Check my daily video. I just posted it up, and it's there. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you like this format as well. What do I think about Cleveland, Tampa Bay tonight? Let's see. I'll give you a quick lean on that. Nothing major there, but I will give you a quick lean on that. Cleveland, Tampa Bay goes off in a few minutes, it seems. I like the under there. I know it sounds crazy, but I like the under, and I also like Tampa Bay there as well. I think Glasgow could come through, but I like the under more in that game. Hope you guys do well, and I will see you guys back tonight. I'm going to try to do a live show at 9:30. Take care. Bye-bye.